Hello YouTube, this is Scarecrow Kaiser. I'm going to do another deck profile for you for Narukami post the trial deck coming out for Eradicators. This build utilizes the Breakride but is not a Eradicator deck. It just tries to utilize the best of both worlds. So we'll get started. Starting Vanguard, Spark Kid Dragoon. Look for your grade 3. Helps you not misride, which I love because I absolutely hate misriding, but then again, who doesn't? And it helps you look for your grade 3s, which is great in a deck that break rides because it helps you make sure you get the break ride unit first, or if you have the break ride, makes you get another 3 so that you can break ride. Triggers, we got 4 draw, 4 heal, and then 8 crit. This deck hits heavy, so hitting heavy with high numbers of crits obviously wins the games. Grade 1 lineup for Red River Dragoon, our beat stick. Then we have some more beat sticks. We have 4 Demolition Dragon. Now this isn't a Eradicator build as I mentioned, but you do play the break ride. So there will be times where your Vanguard is the Eradicator break ride unit, so you will actually be able to utilize this card as a 10k beat stick grade 1. And the rest of the time it's just a 7k grade 1, so it's still a solid booster, so that's why we run it. Then we got 4 golds, our Perfect Guard. Then we have 2 Rising Phoenix. Because the starter moves to Soul and you'll ride multiple grade 3s usually in this deck, you usually have like Soul. You can always Soul Blast one. Sometimes there are games where you'll play both birds in the same game and get that extra draw, which will be possible because riding the grade 3s. And then our last grade 1 is Desert Gunner. He's not a super useful card. He's a static 7k, and sometimes late game, his effect will win you a game, or sometimes mid game, his effect will put pressure on the opponent. Will allow you to have a unit who on hit gets the hit because the opponent couldn't block it and it puts more pressure. That's what I meant. Alright, on to the grade 2s. We have 4 Garuda, are on hit, unflip damage, applies pressure, great in the deck. When it hits, unflip damage, obviously good in a deck that counterblasts heavy. We have 2 Dragonic Death Scythe. We have units in the deck that counterblast 2 other than him, so we don't want to counterblast 2 too much, because, or have too many units that do counterblast, because you won't be able to do it that many times. And he's only 9k, so he's not very powerful, so we don't want to overdo it on them. And then last of our grade 2s, so we have 5 10k vanillas. Any combination really works. But I'm playing 4 of the Eradicator one, just because if it ever matters with the Demolition Dragon, it will be an Eradicator Vanguard. Because we're not playing a 3rd or anything of Death Scythe, we have room for extra 10k beat sticks, which obviously 10k beat sticks are good. And lastly, we have our grade 3s. We have 4 of the Break Ride unit, Vowing Sword Dragon, obviously a good card, 11k base, can swing for 13 very easily. Break Ride's very good. Your Vanguard gets a big pump and you get to kill a front row card, so yeah, it's pretty great. And then our last grade 3, if you haven't already guessed based on the spoilers, we have 3 Thunderbreak Dragon, which is kind of funny because I think these guys are the same card, aren't they? Yeah, Thunderdrake Dragon works well in this deck because when you break ride him, obviously you'll get to retire 2 units off that, and then he's got his limit break where he swings 15, so he swings big, and break riding him, swinging 15, and having high crits can obviously, the opponent doesn't have a perfect guard. They're either going to minus heavily to block it or lose the game from the hit. And in terms of our options for units to combo off with a break ride, we don't have many. You could try and play like Indra to utilize that critical effect off the Breakride and the power boost, but like your opponent may already have like saved like their stuff anticipating the Breakride, and there's not like that promo they have in Japan that can change its name to Indra. So, and like Breakriding for millions kind of pointless because your opponent just perfect guards and lets their rear guards die usually. So, and that's very time situational, so I don't really like that. Whereas doing this Breakride at any time is pretty good. So yeah. So yeah, that's this deck. It's pretty versatile. It's pretty fun, pretty cool. Retires rear guards a lot. Often I'm just writing Vowing Sword over Vowing Sword, and then when I'm ready to go for a game, I actually ride the Thunder Break. Obviously, it doesn't always work like that. That's the good games, but yeah. Thank you for watching.